Today I want to talk about the skyrocketing anti-Asian hate crime, starting at the beginning of the pandemic. Let's start with some news. In March 2020, an Asian family was stabbed in a grocery store, including a 2-year-old girl. According to an FBI analysis report obtained by ABC News, the suspect indicated that he stabbed the family because he thought the family was Chinese and infecting people with coronavirus. Later, he confessed to authorities that he attempted to murder 3 other Asian American families, including the toddler and a 6-year-old. On October 29, 2020, Emerald Walker, a correspondent and fill-in anchor for CNN, shared her experience of 3 racist attacks within an hour in an airport on Twitter. President Joe Biden signed an executive order denouncing anti-Asian discrimination. What happened after that? Did the crime stop? I'm warning you, the following content contains some disturbing videos. The following news were in 2021. A 64-year-old grandmother was assaulted and robbed of cash she'd just withdrawn from an ATM for Lunar New Year gifts. 91-year-old man in Auckland, Chinatown was randomly shoved to the ground by a man who walked behind him. A 52-year-old Asian American woman was shot in the head with a flare gun, also in Chinatown. Later in the month, an 84-year-old Thai immigrant was going for a morning walk in San Francisco neighborhood. A man was running at him full speed and smashing his frail body to the pavement. Last week, February 25th, 2021, an Asian 36-year-old man was stabbed in Chinatown in the evening right by the federal courthouse in Manhattan. No words were exchanged between the victim and the suspect. The NYPD reported that hate crime motivated by anti-Asian sentiment jumped 1,900% in New York City in 2020, and almost 3,000 incidents of anti-Asian discrimination were reported to Stop AAPI. A study analyzed more than 2 billion tweets and more than 60 million posts, revealed that a significant increase in the presence of social slurs that targeted Asians and Asian Americans, including Kung Flu and Ching Chong. Ching was the most popular xenophobic slur and increased substantially after Donald Trump referred to COVID-19 as the Chinese virus. In doing so, Trump followed in a long American history of using disease to justify anti-Asian xenophobia, one that dates back to the 19th and 20th centuries and has helped to shape their perception of Asian Americans as perpetual foreigners. Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders have the label of the model minority due to their economic success. Movies like Crazy Rich Asian and the show on Netflix Bling Empire creates this misunderstanding that AAPI community don't experience struggles or racial discrimination. A 2018 study by the Pew Research Center found that Asian Americans experience the highest income inequality gap as an ethnic and racial group in the United States. And a 2016 report from NYC Mayor's Office of Operations found that Asian immigrants have the highest poverty rates in the city. Research also pointed out that blaming AAPI in the light of COVID-19 echoes the yellow pearl stereotype, which verify Asian groups as the threat to jobs and economic security. This can refer to the well-known murder of Vincent Chin in 1982. Chin was beaten to death by 2 white men who thought him was Japanese. During that time, many U.S. auto workers blamed the decline of automotive manufacturer capital on Japanese car manufacturers. At the killer's trial, the men each received a $3,000 fine and 0 prison time. The judge Charles Kaufman said, "These aren't the kind of men you send to jail. We're talking here about a man who's held down a responsible job for 17 or 18 years. And his son is employed and is a part-time student. You don't make the punishment fit the crime, you make the punishment fit the criminal." Coming back to the current hate crime toward Asian community, when I was talking to my friends and families about this topic, shockingly, being yelled at "get out of the US" is a very common experience for a lot of them. Because of this more shy and reserved culture, people in Asian community tend to not speak up for their experience, which lead to this resentment to other cultural group. The Real Daytime show also pointed out that the older Asian generation has this strong stereotype toward Black communities. They explained when the older generation came to the US, they didn't have much understanding toward the Black community. So where do they learn about the Black community? From the news, which were normally negative. I really appreciate you all watching this video. Thank you for choosing to be part of the solution by learning and understanding the struggle of Asian community. I want to continue raise the awareness of this issue. My intention is never to compare which minority group suffers more, but simply want to let more people know about these issues so we can all support each other to create a more inclusive environment. Here are 5 more things we can do to be part of the solution. 1. To speak up. Use your social media to let more people know about these issues. 2. To educate ourselves. Read an article, or watch a video or a documentary. I put a lot of links down below at the description. 3. Report an incident. If you personally experience hate crime, please report. There's also the report link down below. 4. Share and like this video to let more people know about this issue. 5. Reach out. Reach out to people you know who might be struggling to offer support. Again, I'm grateful for you all being part of the solution. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you next time.